to the channel. I'm Tia.
And I'm Ebony.
And this is
Reacting to the Internet.
Alright guys, we know why we're here. You know why you're here. You saw the title. You clicked on the thumbnail. Let's go ahead and get into the video. Guys, we're moving.
Yeah.
So if you have not seen our lovely face, all we can manage right now is one video a week. Because there's a ton of things that's involved when you're moving. You see those boxes in the backgrounds. We're kind of down to the bare minimums. My hair, my eyebrows, they're not blonding. My hair needs to be washed. It's a struggle, but we here.
Yeah.
And we about to get into this reaction. Today, we are going to be reacting to Juicy Pop.
Juicy Pop.
It's called The Truth About Girlfriends, Drama on the Set. Why did Toni disappear? Guys,
She felt like she wasn't. What you think? I thought I knew this story. I don't know.
yeah, I think she just wanted to do something different, from my understanding. She just was over it. I mean, she was on the show for like 6 seasons or whatever. Guys, Girlfriends was I'm so mad we didn't get a movie.
Now that would have been lit.
And we did not get a proper ending. I wanted to see Joan's wedding. I wanted to see just how fabulous she was getting ready to look. Because y'all know Joan was about to come with the wedding gown looks, okay?
Yeah.
She was the Kerry Washington, not Kerry Washington, she was the Kerry. I can't remember Kerry's last name from Sex and the City, but that's who Joan was. Fashion slayer. Loved her. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into this reaction.
Now you know you're gonna miss.
Screenwriter and producer Mara Brock-Akil knew what it was like to feel invisible. In 1999, she looked around Hollywood and saw an extinction underway. Black women and their stories being written out of primetime TV. At the time, the then 30-year-old was putting the finishing touches on her first network show, a sitcom for UPN called Girlfriends. A new millennium was on the horizon, and she wasn't going to let the future begin without Black women front and center. She told Glamour in 2020, "It was really simple for me. I wanted Black women to feel seen. I was tired of us playing in the background, and in some cases we couldn't even play in the background. I wanted Black women to see and enjoy their complexity, to see their beauty reflected." Thankfully, Girlfriends, which debuted on September 11, 2000, did just that. The sitcom, executive produced by Cheers and Frasier star Kelsey Grammer, introduced us to 4 interesting, complex, and sometimes downright messy Black women trying to make their careers and relationships work. Fun fact, the catchy theme song used for all 8 seasons of the series was performed by R&B soul singer Angie Stone.
You know that?
Just pause for a second. I did not know that.
Yeah.
Now that they have said it, I can hear it now. I didn't know who was singing the background vocals.
Girlfriend.
I didn't know that. Shout out to my nigga Angie.
What the heck? This girl wear one bandana. I think she gangsta. Come on, man.
Let's get back into it.
Joan Carol Clayton, played by Tracy Ellis Ross, was the ambitious attorney. Originally from Fresno, California, she moved to LA with Toni, her best friend since the 4th grade. She frequently looked out for her friends, even at the expense of dealing with her own problems, which were plentiful throughout the series.
Happy birthday.
Let's pause for a second.
I love Joan.
Joan
I like Joan.
Joan was cool. Like, she was my least favorite out of all the characters. She really was.
What?
She was my least favorite. I really didn't like her.
She was so quirky and cool.
She was cool, but I liked her for her fashion sense, but she was my least favorite, right? I have a question, guys. Who was your favorite Girlfriends character? For me, it was Toni.
Of course.
Toni was toxic, and she had a lot of stuff that she needed to work through, but damn it, Toni was Toni, okay? She was that girl.
Country ass friends now.
She was that girl. Let's get back into it.
Oh, how old are you? 26. I lied. I'm 29 today. And according to my life day planner, I should have it all by now. The career, the husband, the kids. So if I say 26, and I bought myself some time, okay?
She was able to have so much and build on her dreams because of the financial stability of her family. Mara recalled to Glamour how much people questioned everything Joan had going on in her life at such a young age. I remember people saying she had a house at 29, but I was like, you never question when white people have houses at 29. Why can't she have a house at 29? Also, the joke about Joan's Toyota Camry is that she could afford a house because she didn't have a luxury car.
Let's pause for a
That
second.
seems like something Joan would do.
Exactly, that's definitely Joan's personality. I remember when she got that damn Porsche because Joan thought she was an it girl, and Tony had to deflate her for a little while. I think Joan's house was given to her by her mother, and she drove that Toyota because she had to sacrifice to get all her fabulous outfits, and her shoes, and her clothes, and her wardrobe, and her hair, and her makeup. That's what she did.
Oh my gosh.
And she took amazing care of that house. Now, when Lynn moved in like the final seasons, Lynn hooked it up. But anyways, let's get back into it.
Antoinette Toni Marie Childs, later Garrett, played by Jill Marie Jones, was a real estate professional who pulled herself up by her bootstraps.
She did.
She left Fresno with Joan for the big city with a willingness to work hard and do whatever it took to get more out of life. Her hyphenated surname came after marrying Dr. Todd Garrett, played by Jason Pace, a Jewish Beverly Hills doctor.
Go back to Joan's ear. She enjoys playing the mama. Get that, not that.
What? This is mine.
Just because I let you try it on does not make it yours.
Maya Denise Wills,
Let's
played
pause
by
for a
Gordon
second.
Brooks.
Guys, I have a question. What happened? Because I remember at one point, Toni was like going through like this spiritual religious awakening, right? Where she was going to try to be a better person. And that lasted for a minute, but then she just landslide back into the old Toni.
Because that's what she really is.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what Toni does.
That's true. Because like Joan was done.
Yeah,
She
you
was
had
done with
enough,
her.
like, yeah, that's what happened. Joan is the giver. Toni is the taker.
That's true.
So after a while, you die.
I got a whole spill about their relationship. I'm not gonna get into it. Now we're about to jump into Maya. Maya was my second favorite, okay?
You like Maya?
I love Maya.
Mm.
I thought she was funny. Oh, hell no. She was funny. Her and Darnell, I love their relationship. Not Darnell that was played by Flex, but the Darnell that was the later Darnell. The Darnell that we all know who's Darnell. Him. I loved him as Darnell. Anyways, let's get back into it.
Brooks was a straight shooter and former teen mom of a son named Jabari. She later married Jabari's father, Darnell, who was also her high school sweetheart. She becomes good friends with Joan, and by extension, Toni and other close friend Lynn, after working as Joan's executive assistant. Even though she came from humble beginnings in Compton, California, and had to deal with a lot of challenges and obstacles throughout her life, she believed in herself and had big dreams.
What? Why are you looking at me?
I'm sorry, it's why are you looking at me? You dropped verbs.
Tony, I go to college. I don't need you correcting me.
Well, apparently they didn't teach you that a sentence must have a verb.
Well, you know, I did learn that kiss is both a verb and a noun. So how about you give my ass a kiss or kiss my ass?
Let's pause for a
And
second.
Lynn and
Guys, who y'all thought was gonna win that fight? Toni or Maya?
Maya.
Maya?
She from Compton.
I don't know. Toni said, "Don't let this product fool you. I will weigh your ass out." I don't know, man.
Man, please.
Toni felt like
Toni, oh.
I don't think so. Bitch, remember that one episode where they got into that fight?
Oh, I do. Yeah, I remember that.
And Joan bitch ass.
Don't come for Joan. Don't come for Joan, honey, sweetheart. Don't come for Joan, okay?
Yeah.
Joan had it together and she had her shit together.
Toni had her shit together too.
Until she didn't have her shit together because of all the bad energy she be putting out. That shit came back on her.
When did Toni not have her shit
Tony
together.
kept using people for what they had. What you mean?
She was dating men for what they had.
Yeah.
But when did Tony not have her own though? She didn't even give her
Tony-
husband.
Tony fell off at one point in the season.
Tony didn't even give her husband her money, man.
Exactly.
She told that man he could drown in debt.
See, bad karma.
I don't know. I don't never remember Tony not being.
I
on her
remember
shit.
at some point Tony wasn't. She had lost her job. Remember she had lost her job at one point.
She stopped being.
Before
She
she-
started her own firm or something.
Yeah, she started her own thing, but that's because she lost her job or something. During that time, I remember she lost her job and then she fell off for a while, and then she ended up starting something new.
Her firm.
She ended up doing her own thing eventually, but you know she a bootstrap type girl, so she gonna get it together. But don't act like she just
Guys, I don't
as
remember that.
consistent as Joan, because she not.
I don't remember when Tony fell off.
I do.
I don't remember that. I don't remember her falling off. I remember her struggling to start her business and stuff, but I don't ever remember her falling off. I do remember when Joan told her she ain't got breaking money. And she
That's
had-
what I'm saying. Cause remember the episodes when they would go to the restaurant and Tony would be eating half and taking people food and all this other stuff.
But I don't think she fell off. I think she was trying to help Todd with his debt.
I don't remember. I don't know about that. But I guess
I don't know. Okay. Let's get into it. Now we're getting into Lynn. Lynn was my third favorite character. She was just so free-spirited and obviously the creator out of the group. Guys, okay, before we get back into it, I got a question. For those of you who did watch Girlfriends, how do you feel about Maya not inviting Lynn to speak at her Powerful Women thing? Remember when Maya had that what was
And
it
they was
called?
and Lynn was living with Maya at the time, was she?
I don't know when Lynn was living at the
I
time.
think she was living with Maya then. That made it even more like, dang, I'm living with you. I think so. I can't remember.
And Maya didn't invite her.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about that?
I'd have been mad.
Yeah.
If I was Lynn. Like, I'm your girl. You know, like, I got all the degrees there is. I could speak at this event.
Yeah.
Maybe she thought Lynn was bad for her image. That's what
I
happens
think
sometimes.
so.
People would get on and then they be like, oh, you won't fit into my image box anymore.
I don't think that. I think it was because Lynn had no direction in life.
That's true. So, you know, that's true.
So,
So
I
how can
think-
she empower somebody if she can't empower
don't have
herself?
it. So that's why she invited Tony and Joan, because they had direction in their lives, and honestly, she kind of looked up to them because they were like those girls, right?
Yeah.
And she just kind of brushed Lynn off because Lynn was just
Damn.
going from place to place, not really having anything, but she was hella smart. I don't know. Like, guys, let me know how you feel about that. I feel like I understand Maya's perspective, but I also understand Lynn's perspective because Lynn is honestly a character that I wish we could have seen develop more.
She kind of just stayed in that.
Yeah, until like the very end when she got like her record deal and then she started producing music. But honestly, Lynn represents so many black people, like black women who
Ain't got it figured out yet.
ain't got it figured out.
But
Who
got hella
figured-
degrees.
hella smart as hell.
Yep.
Just smart. Who's
For
just
real.
really trying to figure it out.
She's
And-
not sure what she's passionate about.
Yeah, like she really was taking her time trying to find it. She was a late bloomer.
Yeah.
And I feel like Maya could let her on that panel to speak to that. Like, sometimes you don't know. You don't know. She tried out a multitude of things until she found the one thing that she was passionate about. I don't know, guys. Let me know. I can
I
see
think
it
a
from,
lot of people can relate to that. You're right about that.
I can see it from Maya's perspective, and I also can see it from Lynn's perspective. But I wouldn't invite Lynn because to me, Lynn was me. Like, what the hell am I gonna do with my life? But anyways, let's get back into it.
And Circe, played by Persia White, the highly educated and directionless one who met Joan and Tony in college. She constantly depended on the support of her friends and family to get by day to day while trying to find her purpose.
I noticed you moved back in last night. Would have been nice if you asked.
I already did. Remember our sophomore year when I asked if I could crash at your place and you said anytime?
Fun fact, Mara revealed in a 2017 Instagram post that she named the main four characters after black role models who positively affected her life. Joan after her mother, Tony after novelist Toni Morrison, Maya after poet Maya Angelou, and Lynn after author E. Lynn Harris. The main cast also included 2 male characters. William Jerome Dent, played by Reggie Hayes, was the girl's closest male friend. He was an attorney and worked at the same law
pause for a
firm as
second.
Joan.
William did not give 2 shits about these heifers. I don't even say he didn't care. He loved them, right? They was his friends. They was homies, but he did not care about their drama.
He's a man.
He's
a true man. He can be loyal to the friends without getting sucked into the drama. He is a true man.
He did not care about their stuff.
He did not.
He did not, like, he was such a relief. He did not care.
Yeah, he was a good little pocket of comedy.
He really was. He was such a good character, and I love when he got with Monica. I loved Monica. I absolutely.
That's our favorite character.
Monica is my favorite character.
Gold digging and Monica.
I don't
Monica
think she was a gold digger.
She
knew what she wanted. She saw the
She
potential.
targeted poor
did.
William. That is a
Poor
manipulator, and that is someone who is
Monica came
vindictive.
into that man's life and gave him some more ambition. He was already ambitious, but she gave him prestige. She gave him more, like the edge that he needed to go above and beyond to make partner, to go
That's what
further.
women do. That's what women
That's
do.
what she did. She saw his potential because them other heifers didn't. And she capitalized off of it.
Monica
Go
was an
Monica.
opportunist.
She was. Go Monica. But guess what? When he found out and broke up with her, guess who came crawling back? Him. Because he knew what was up. Yo,
Because he needed her to make him feel.
I have so much to say about this, man. Y'all remember that one episode where William had stayed out all night with his coworker, not his his boss,
Oh, the lady.
and he came back home to Monica, and
Monica wasn't
Monica
having that
chewed
shit.
his ass out. She said, "Hey, you come back up in here at 4 o'clock, whatever time, and you didn't even close the deal because you didn't sleep with her." I had never seen nothing like that from a black woman. Normally they losing their shit going. Like, she was just like, so not only did you lie to me, but you didn't close the deal.
She did. I remember that episode.
Yo, that's when I fell in love with Monica. I was like, wow, new perspective, eyes open. Anyways, let's get back. As you guys can see, I am a fan. Let's get back into it.
I'm not 26. I'm 29.
I know.
How do you know?
Well, let's just say $5 still goes a long way.
And Darnell Leroy Wilkes, played by Flex Alexander in season 1, and then played by Khalil Kane thereafter, was Maya's husband.
Khalil.
He was an airport baggage handler before becoming a mechanic at a local car repair shop.
All I know is, before you hooked up with those girls, you never left your son and ran off anywhere, waxed anything more than a car, or hung out with a girl who would try and sleep with another girl's man.
From seasons 3 to 6, Monica Charles Brooks, later Dent, played by Keisha Sharp, made recurring appearances as William's girlfriend. She became a main character in
And she's
seasons
still
7
fine.
and 8 as his fiancée, then wife.
Would you like to engage in some witty repartee first, or is this pretty much a done deal?
I'm not a haggler. I'm an impulse buyer.
Girlfriends skillfully maneuvered divorce, miscarriage, HIV/AIDS, career highs, and the full spectrum of family drama. It spoke directly to
It was
the
a good show.
experiences
It was a
of
good
Black
show.
women and reminded us that those experiences aren't a monolith. It taught a generation of
That's
women
good. That's
about
true.
sisterhood and the power of the chosen family. After UPN merged with the WB network,
You
the show
try.
moved over to the CW in 2006. At the time, Girlfriends was one of the longest running series featuring a predominantly black cast since The Cosby Show, surpassing the runs of ABC's My Wife and Kids, Fox's The Bernie Mac Show,
Let's pause for a
and
second.
even
Now look at these women. They are absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
Different shades, different colors. Just,
That was some good writing.
they are gorgeous.
Broad
And they-
spectrum.
And they're still gorgeous to this day.
To this day.
Black women, man. Mwah. Let's get back into it.
Especially Joan.
Tracy Ellis Ross.
Yeah, Tracy Ellis Ross is just, she in her 50s, I think. She's
Oh
just
my
amazing.
God, she just fine.
Yeah.
She just
it.
she really is just it.
Mm-hmm.
She just it for something. I don't know, man. Let's get back into it.
NBC's The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. It was also the most veteran UPN series to survive the merger. Unfortunately, to add to that change, the network made another one that spelled the beginning of the end. They moved the show's time slot. After airing for several years on Mondays, the CW moved Girlfriends to Sundays. The idea was to make the show the anchor of its Sunday lineup of African American shows that included Everybody Hates Chris and All of Us, while also serving as the springboard lead-in for its spin-off, The Game. Mara was troubled, though, that the show wasn't included in the network's billboard.
I watched The Game, too.
How the hell was The Game a spinoff of Girlfriends?
I don't know either. That may have been a misspoke. It's nothing like it. I don't know where they got it from.
What? Maybe she misspoke. I don't know. Maybe she didn't. I don't know. If there is a connection, guys.
Yeah, I don't even know what it is. That's a good point. What is the connection?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Let's get back into it.
And bus placard campaign hyping its programming. The push focused on America's Next Top Model, Gilmore Girls, and Veronica Mars, while also giving a boost to Smallville, Everybody Hates Chris, and Supernatural, which have not been on the air as long as Girlfriends. She told the LA Times in 2006, "Girlfriends has never had a billboard, even though more times than not we've been the #1 show in Black households. That's not right. If I meet this challenge, even though our numbers may be small, I will consider them double what they are, because we would have done it without marketing support. I know it's the reality of the business, but I don't like it." Responding to her comments, a network spokesman said, "When you're launching a new network, there are countless marketing priorities, including an overall branding campaign, which featured every show on the CW. Girlfriends is one of those shows, and we are very proud that it's anchoring our new Sunday night as the most watched program on television by African Americans since it premiered in 2000. Sadly, after the time change, the ratings plummeted. Making the transition even tougher was the unexpected departure of one of the series' main cast members. Jill left the show and caught the rest of the cast, plus Mara, off guard. Mara admitted that Jill's departure and her refusal to make a farewell appearance shook her. "I would love for her to come back, but Jill doesn't want to return. I don't know 100% why she made this decision. She didn't tell me. All she said when we talked was that she felt it was time for her to move on. The door is not closed. We've asked her to come back and have offered different ways for her to return. But I completely wish her well. There's no drama involved." Years later, Jill herself summed up her decision.
And what did she do after that?
I don't know. I think she was in a couple movies.
Not no A-list movie?
That's fine. You know, I always have to be in an A-list movie.
That's true, but I don't know. That's a weird...
She may just felt like it was just time for her to move on. Like, it could be a number of things. Like, her character wasn't really growing. I mean, she was a mom at this point. She could have creative differences. It could be... I don't think it was money for her. I think she was also like a Dallas Cowboys. So it wasn't...
Well, she was a cheerleader before the show. She was a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader before.
And she was beautiful. Well, she
still
still is beautiful.
Yeah.
Still beautiful, right? So I'm like, it could have been a multitude of things. Sometimes you just... And it also could be like she didn't really want to continue to be typecast. It could be a multitude of things. And so, yeah, that's why she was just like, nah. But I'm gonna be honest, like when she left, it wasn't the same. It wasn't the same. Like, I know they try to let Monica kind of fill that role. And even though Monica was absolutely a baddie, when she told them off in that hot tub, she said, "Y'all wasn't even on my radar." And Tony said, "Touche, bitch, touche." But still, it wasn't the same when she left, and I didn't really like the way that she left.
That's my thing.
Yeah, I didn't like the way she left because I get it, because you know at the time Joan was going through her I'm an it girl. She never really had that popularity, so she was going through that, and she missed Tony's court date. I don't know. I get it, but I just feel like Joan would never do that.
I just feel like you said, it's just the way she went about leaving. Like, dang, sis, I'm moving on. Give the writers and the creators an opportunity.
But she don't really have to.
But I mean, how it sounded, it sounded like her contract wasn't up. They said she left without a goodbye season, without a goodbye episode, or like she wouldn't even come back for a goodbye episode.
Because she don't have to. Like, her season was up. So once your season is up, you don't have to. I think that's how it works, right? Like, even if she decided to break her contract, she could do that. But I think she just decided not to renew her contract, and she didn't really tell the cast that she was leaving. She didn't tell the writers or the producers. She just didn't come back. I think that's kind of how it worked, right? Like they just came in one day.
I mean, I guess she don't owe nobody nothing.
She really don't. She was just like, eh. But
I don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah, I think they got together because I watched Blackish as well. I think there was an episode of Blackish where they all got back together, and I think yeah, and she stated, you know, she regretted leaving the way that she did. So yeah. Anyways, but yeah, I didn't like that episode, guys. I was like, dang, not Joan. But I get it. I get why it happened. But I was like, damn. Anyways, let's get back into it.
Into essence, I left because I wanted to do movies. My contract was up after my 6th season, and people forget that just like the network can choose whether or not to renew your contract, I can also choose and evaluate whether or not I want to come back.
Yeah.
She also clarified that the decision had nothing to do with money, which was another speculation in the media. In a 2019 in-depth interview with Charlamagne the God on the set of Joan's show, ABC's Blackish, the women talked about all things girlfriends, including Jill's decision to exit the show. She elaborated on her decision, adding that she wished she had told her co-stars ahead of time that she was leaving, explaining that she didn't know how to go about it at the time. Discussing the fact that Jill didn't let them know of her plans, Tracy said, "We've never had a chance to have that conversation, and truthfully, it's not a necessary conversation." While Golden added, "One thing you cannot do is tell someone or project how you would do something onto someone else. She made a choice that was right for her, and we have to respect that." After 8 seasons, Girlfriends ended abruptly in 2008 with no explanation and no closure for fans. So, what happened?
Yeah, that's true.
One answer is the
It
2007-2008
just wasn't on anymore.
Writers Guild of America strike.
Pause.
Tracy shed more.
Joan was reading the letter to the children about not Brock, whatever that dude's name was that she was getting ready to marry. I know why. Because black people was like, nah, Joan ain't about to marry this little down. It was the guy from Why Did I Get Married To? The one who was treating Jill Scott bad. It was that dude. That's why.
That was that him?
That was him.
That was who she was about to marry?
That was, yes.
It wasn't Janet Jackson's husband from Why Did I Get Married?
No.
She did date him though.
She did date him. But she was getting ready to marry the dude that treated Jill Scott bad.
You crazy.
That's why it ended, but no.
I don't know.
I don't know why it ended.
I just knew it wasn't on anymore.
That's what I knew. I just knew that it just stopped right here. She was reading that letter, and that was it. He had proposed. Everybody was there. She was waiting for him to come back from Iraq. She was having mental breakdowns, carrying news clippings. I wanted to see the wedding.
Yeah, we deserve a wedding.
We deserve Joan's wedding.
We deserve Joan's happiness to finally get her fairy tale.
We do. We deserve Joan's fairy tale. We deserve a Girlfriends movie where they go into Dubai.
Oh Lord, you done already thought she done went all the way to Dubai, honey. We just trying to get them to marry in California.
That's what we deserve this. Let's get back into it.
Light on what occurred at that time in a 2022 interview with Deadline. Our last episode that we shot was during the writer's strike, and I actually directed it. We had 13 more episodes to do. We never did them. We didn't have a wrap party. We didn't know we were ending. The last moment wasn't with all our writers and everybody. It was not sort of a ceremonial end. During their interview with Charlamagne the God, the cast also spoke about how the show ended. Tracy shared that the lack of support outside of the Black community didn't help when the show became canceled. Our show, I don't think, was as important to them as it was to our community. Girlfriends and our crew, the cast, had so much diversity. We were led by Mara Brock Akil, by a Black woman. Our writer's room was majority Black women. Our crew, our director of photography was a Black man. And it changed the way I go forward in my career, because it was such an assumption, and that's not the way it is everywhere. The more specific answer to the show's cancellation can be pinned on simple economics. When the strike ended, the network decided it didn't make financial sense to resume the series and canceled plans to film the 8 season's remaining episodes. As a consolation, though, it was announced that the CW was considering a retrospective episode to close out the series. The characters' storylines wouldn't get any kind of resolution, but at least the sitcom would have a series finale. That idea was later scrapped after the network reportedly offered the actors only half of their usual episodic salary to take part. The actors collectively turned them down. Aside from being insulted by the reduced pay offer, the actors were also said to be upset that the network wouldn't be paying them for the remaining episodes.
I would have been insulted by that too. You cut my show, then you offer an opportunity for me to come back and end the show, but then you want to pay me half. Nah, I'm not cheap like that. Don't treat me like I'm just some
regular person.
Yeah, like this, like
I'm not gonna say regular person. Like I didn't build this. You didn't build this show up, right? I get it.
But they had invested a lot of time and energy and effort, and just to
taking away from other projects that may have come their way. I get it. Like, nah, I'm not gonna accept half of what I know I am. You already probably not paying me what I'm worth. So
well, especially since I was supposed to get paid for 13 of the more episodes. See what I'm saying? Like,
that's true.
Who gonna compensate me for the episode?
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
That's what I would think. I'm like, okay, well, I'll come back, but what about this 13?
And then she said there was a writer's strike. Don't writer's strikes be fucking y'all up.
Well, it was one coming up. It's one currently going on, ain't it?
Yeah, that's why it's taking Euphoria forever to come back on.
Yeah, they got a writer's strike going on. Block.
Pay those writers. Pay them.
Please.
Like, I understand.
Because I know y'all tired of watching Krishan and Blueface and all.
Pay those writers their money, man. Writing, to me, is the highest form of art. Pay those people what they are worth. There's, like, I remember I read an article somewhere that said, like, writers get paid, like, $50,000.
What? And they got the cold concept?
And they have the whole concept. They're writing the dialogues. They are coming up with the stories. And don't get me wrong, like, absolutely pay the actors as well. It's the damn studios that don't need to be making all this money, bro.
Yeah, that's true. The people who do the production stuff.
You don't need to be making all this money. I'm not saying I don't need to be
really
making
don't feel
no
like
money.
that. I really don't feel like the actors should be making as much as they do. If I was investing, like, there is no actor without the story. Like, what good is an actor if you don't have the story for them to act out? It's like, what came first, the chicken or the egg? What's more important, the actor or the story?
To me, the story is the most important thing, right? Like, the writing of the story, because honestly, most of the things that we're seeing now in movies, TV shows, all of those things are based off of novels. These are not someone just coming up with new concepts. They're taking all these stories that's already been published in books and they're creating them, right? Mm-hmm. I'm saying actors like Viola Davis, Angela Bassett, Denzel Washington, of course, pay them what they're worth. But I don't think they should be getting paid more than the original creator of the story.
I agree. It's a perfect way to say it.
Let's get back into it.
That were ordered and later canceled. It was rumored that the actors wanted to sue the network, but it seemed unlikely they'd have much luck since during the strike, networks and studios invoked a force majeure contract provision. The standard clause essentially allowed them to cancel a contract if work cannot be performed due to an extraordinary event or circumstance. In this case, the writer's strike. Mara shared her philosophical outlook about the way the series closed out. Did I like the way it ended? No. Would I have liked it to have a proper ending? Of course. Unfortunately, this was one of those budget decisions. To put value into a show they knew wasn't coming back when they were trying to keep life in others, I understand it. When the news came, I chose to focus on the blessings. Yeah. Nobody wants to end this way. But after 172 episodes, we had a...
Who was pouring money into Smallville? Who was watching that?
I was not watching that shit.
Who was watching Smallville?
I've probably seen one episode.
Supernatural? Sure. That's a great show.
Supernatural was good, though.
But Smallville?
I watched Supernatural. I've probably seen one episode of Smallville. That's when he first came to Earth and he had no belly button. That's the only thing I remember.
They could have scrapped that show and gave that money to girlfriends.
Could have.
Let's get back into it.
Wonderful ride. While it was a wonderful ride, things could have gone and looked much differently if it weren't for a couple of major changes that happened after the filming of the pilot. In a 2020 virtual reunion with Entertainment Tonight, Jill broke the news to fans that she and Persia were not part of the original cast. Then, the following year, Instagram account, Culture Content, shared a photo of that original cast, clearly showing...
Who the fuck are these people? Oh, no. Oh, no. Even the photos don't even look right. Nah.
That look bad, bro.
I wouldn't watch this. Let's get back into it.
I wouldn't even want to be the token white girl in this group. What the hell?
Oh, no. No. Who is?
You're bad, bro.
Let's get into it.
2 unfamiliar faces. The woman originally cast as Lynn was Christina Koss, a white Canadian-born actor, while Leslie Silva was originally cast as Tony. The 2 also appeared in the unaired pilot. Between 2007 and 2010, all 8 seasons of Girlfriends were released on DVD.
Photo.
Girlfriends, the soundtrack, was released in 2008. It features a variety of R&B and
soundtrack.
Girlfriend's got a soundtrack.
Somebody was debating soundtracks earlier today on Instagram. I'm like, soundtracks used to hit back in the day.
They did.
Boomerang, Waiting to Exhale,
I don't know about that.
Love Jones,
Love Jones.
Bodyguard,
Bodyguard for sure.
Bodyguard for sure. Good show. But anyway.
artists like Jill Scott, Erykah Badu, India Arie, and even cast member Persia White. The entire series began streaming on Netflix in the summer of 2020. It launched on September 11th to mark the 20th anniversary of its premiere.
It was an epic show. It was groundbreaking. I had never seen a TV show like it. Besides Living Single.
Yeah. But
Like prior to that, I had never seen one like.
Living Single is just in a whole different league. Like
Living Single is original.
Living Single is just in a different league of its own right. I can have a whole tangent about that. Girlfriends was absolutely an incredible show.
I thought so.
Showing the diversities of the 4 black women. I love their different backgrounds. I love their different ambitions.
There you go. You got it. You got it. Okay.
I love that. I love how they, like she said, they explored a multitude of topics. And I also like the fact that Persia White got with Saul Williams when he performed his poem.
She is just obsessed with Saul Williams.
I love Saul Williams. Like, that was the first time I had heard an artist like that. And just like Lynn, what made me want to watch it, what made me get into him was when Lynn was like, okay, you know, your poem was about sex and sexuality. My man was like, actually, I'm celibate, and this poem was about AIDS.
Yeah.
Hook, line, and sinker. I was like, yo. And so I really started diving deep into his work.
Now she got the record.
Changed my life.
Saul Williams is dope though.
I love him. Love him. One of the top favorite artists of all time. I actually had an opportunity to see him when I was in New Orleans. And yeah. But
yeah, did you see him?
I didn't. I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to talk about it.
She's like, and you left us like girlfriends. Okay. And yeah, what happened?
I don't want to talk about it. But I hope I get the opportunity again to see him live and performing, because he's incredible. But yeah, guys, let us know, who was your favorite girlfriend? What was your favorite episode? Were you looking forward to Joan's wedding? Do you think we should go on like a protest for a movie? Like, let us know what you think we should do about that, because I want that movie. Like, I will pay top dollar to see it. But yeah, let us know. And until next time, guys, peace.